Hello everyone, I'm Amod and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about locator method provided by Playwright. So we know that Playwright provides a lot of locator methods like get by role, get by text, get by placeholder, etc. All these locators are used in specific conditions. Like if your element has a text value, then you can use get by text locator. If your element has a placeholder, then you can use get by placeholder locator. Since Playwright focuses more on the user-facing locators than Gateway Role Locator is used at many places. But in many scenarios, you might not able to use all these locators and you may need to write your XPath or CSS. Suppose your element has an ID or some attribute. You want to locate that element using that attribute value. Then basically we don't have any direct locator in Playwright. So for that, we can use a locator method provided by page class. So Playwright says that using XPath or CSS makes your test flaky, but that is not correct as per me. If you write bad locators, that will make your test flaky. It's not XPath or CSS. But that is different topic. Let's understand what is locator method. So Playwright says if you want to use CSS or XPath locators, then you can use page.locator method. And if you click on this link, then you can see this locator method is provided by page class and we have two arguments. One is selector where we can pass CSS or XPath and then we have some optional values. So let's start with basics first. I have created one HTML page which you can find in my GitHub repo. And if you inspect this username, you can see it has been created using an input tag and we have multiple attributes like type, ID, name, etc. Obviously, I can use some other locators like locate by placeholder, etc. But I want to use XPath or CSS here. So I'm going to use XPath here first. So this Control F and then two slashes input and then I want to use ID attribute. So I need to use add ID and pass the value which is username. Let's copy this. I have already created a spec file where I'm loading that HTML page. And to use XPath or CSS with Playwright text, we need to use await, then use page reference, and we have one method called locator. And here we can pass the selected value. So in double quotes, paste the value. And this method will return a locator reference. So basically you can call all the methods like fill or click, all normal web element operations. So here since it is an input box, so I'm going to call fill method and I will pass some value. Let me run this program and see what happens. So you can see it has entered Amod in the username text box. Similarly, we can pass a valid CSS as well. So to convert this XPath to CSS, we can remove these slices and then we can also remove this add symbol. This is now a CSS and if you run this program, it should work perfectly fine. So you can see it has typed Amod again using CSS. So this locator method will automatically find what kind of locator you are passing. That means whether it is XPath or CSS. But you can mention it as well like this is CSS. So you can use CSS equal to. But that is optional. But what will happen if we pass XPath here and then we pass CSS? What do you think? Will it work or not? Let me run and see. So click on this run button and you can see it is loading. Maybe it's searching for the web element using XPath. And if you go to console, it is still waiting. So finally you can see it has failed and it is giving timeout error. So I have configured 15 seconds. So it waited for 15 seconds and then you can see log. It's still waiting for this locator. It did not find the element. Why? Because here we are mentioning XPath, but we are passing CSS. So it is always good to avoid passing XPath or CSS here. Just pass the located value. It will automatically find what kind of locator it is. So let me correct it. Apart from using this locator method for XPath and CSS, we can use this in some different scenarios as well. For example, I have this login button, and if you inspect it, it has a button tag and also it contains a text. So what we can do, so use await page.locator, and here I can pass the tag name, which is button, and then I have an optional object which is options. So I need to use a JSON here, and we have one key called hasText, and here I can pass the value which is login. So you need to understand some points here, that whatever text you are passing, that will be case insensitive, and also this text will be searched within the button. If you have any nested element within the element, then it will also try to find the text. And again, it is substring, that means contains. And here I can call click method. Let me run this test, and you can see test is passed. Just opposite of has text, we have has not text. So this will try to locate a button which has not a text value login. Again, it will be case insensitive and it will consider substring as well. So if you run this program, then I think we have multiple buttons on my page. So it is going to complain about the strict mode. Go to VS Code, and here you can see strict mode violations because this locator had resolved to two elements and it does not know on which element it should click. But that's fine, you can understand how this is working. We have two more options, has and has not, but that is not for the text value, that is for inner element. For example, I have two radio buttons, male and female, and if you inspect this radio button, you can see we have a parent field set, and within this field set we have two radio buttons. So if you want to perform an action on a web element which contains or does not contain a specific element, in those scenarios we can use has and has not option. So let me show the example here. So I'm going to copy this label, and here I can use await page.locator. I'll pass the label value, and here I'm going to pass the option has, and in the value we can pass a locator here. So this time I'm going to use page.getBy label, and let me use this label mail, and then I'm going to perform click. So basically what I'm trying to do here, that locate the field set which has an element which can be located using label mail. If it is found, then perform click. Let me run and show you. So you can see it has clicked on mail here. Good. Now I have second radio button where label is female. So let me copy this value and paste it here. So what do you think? This time it should click on female radio button. Okay. So let me run and see. So test is passed. Go to browser, and this time also you can see it has clicked only on male radio button. It hasn't clicked on female. So let's understand this line of code again. So basically this inner element will not used for action. So this line says locate the element with field set and perform click if it has an inner element which can be located using this locator. So basically this click method performs click on the first clickable item. So it is selecting male radio button. If the female radio button is on the top, then it will select female. Just the opposite of has, we have has not. And this time I'm going to put some wrong value. So what it says, locate the element using field set and perform click if it has no inner element which can be located by this locator. So we know that we don't have any label with this text. So again, it should click on male radio button, which you can see here. And if you pass the correct label like female, then let's see what happens. Run it again. So you can see it is waiting. And after 15 seconds, it is giving timeout error because it is not able to find the field set where we don't have this female inner element. So that's all in this video. This locator is really good. You can use if you want to use XPath or CSS in your test. So if you have any doubt, please comment on this video. If you really like my videos, please like, comment, subscribe and share with others. Thank you everyone.